Rise up, Falcons. What's going on, y'all? Hope everybody's doing well. Getting ready for these storms to come through, but hope everybody's doing good. Hey, I'm Yosarian along with Daryl. We are the 404 Blitz package. We'll see if Matt is going to jump on with us. If not, we're going to hold it on down. Daryl, what's going on, man? How's your day been?
It was an eventful day at work. But hey, it's better to have an eventful day at work than a non-eventful day and you ain't got no job. So I take it. I take
Yeah, yeah.
it.
I'll
what
take that as well. Yeah, I know that's right.
what's
Man,
happening?
man.
Is Daryl, aka Black Jedi, BLAKK Jedi. Uh, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at that name. And just some Jedi mind thoughts today on the drive into work. Michael Jackson's Off the Wall album is a better album than his Thriller album. It was better.
Whoa. Okay. Mm.
We got to talk free agents. They can talk to it. They can talk about it later.
Whoa.
It was a better album.
Off the Wall
It
was
was.
better than Thriller. All right. All right. Okay. Okay.
Go back and listen to
Okay. Okay. All right.
it.
Anyway, hey, what's up, Georgia, Texas boy? Uh he said I told y'all we have to revamp that defense. All right, so we're gonna have a
Yeah.
revamp defense so far. I mean, that's all Terry has done really. No, let me shut up. Brought back Kadero Hodge. I'm sorry. Jake Matthews, Storm Norton, and those are people that we thought they would bring back. Um, re-signed Liam McCullum, but added to the team was Leonard Floyd defense, Morgan Fox defense, Divine Diablo defense. So um, we haven't really added anybody on the offensive side, but brought some guys back that we needed. We needed the depth, of course, and but I'm glad that we no, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm glad that we brought those guys back. I'm looking at the NFL.com list, and it doesn't show Mike Ford being re-signed as well, um, and a few other people. It doesn't show um, Taquan Graham as well. But I think we did a good job so far. So today's video, we're going to be um, trying to put a grade. What up, Mathis?
What's up, fellas?
There
Hey,
he is.
hey, man, we about to put an APB on you, man.
Man, long day, man.
Hey, we got you. We got you. It's all good. It's all good. Put a bolo on them.
Man,
Yeah. No, but this video is going to be all about what type of grade would you give the Falcons for this first week of free agency. Um, had some sort of a splash. I don't know how big it was. If it was it big enough, y'all leave a comment. Let us know how you really feel about this. Georgia, Texas boys are already talking about we're going to have a revamped defense. So um, I'm down with that. I'm down with that. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Mathis.
what's up, everybody? It is Mathis here, MFJ. Y'all can find me on Instagram at M_F_J21. We do appreciate all the love and support. Go ahead, yo. Where y'all left off at, man?
We
Let me
just
know.
we just doing introductions, talking
Okay,
junk.
cool.
Let me tell you, man. Can you? Okay, this is what the Sith just. I'm gonna call him Darth Darrell because he can't be a black Jedi. When I tell you Darth Darrell, man, Darrell said that Michael Jackson's album Off the Wall was better than Thriller.
Mm, I don't know, man. Hey, but
You
you know
gotta
that. Uh,
go back and listen to it.
It's
Go
some
back
jams,
and
man.
listen to Off the Wall,
It's
and
some
then listen
jams.
to Thriller. Off the Wall has better production. Quincy Jones was in his bag on that one. Has better production
Gotcha.
and has more. Thriller was more of a pop album. Off the
Right.
Wall was more of a R&B soul album. And matter of fact, when he didn't get the Grammy, he said, "I'm gonna make it so y'all can't deny me next time." That's why he made Thriller, because he made a very pop album.
hmm.
As an R&B fan, Off the Wall is better than Thriller.
Hmm.
But anyway, let's talk football. Let's talk
Yeah, we'll
football.
we'll get to
Hmm.
that later.
Well, yeah, we'll dive in. I'm gonna go listen to it this weekend and just see how I feel.
Listen to it back to back.
now,
Back
now
back.
I
Listen to him track for track. First track, second track, second track. You'll see.
Okay.
now I can say when I'm jamming in the car, whatever, listen to music that yeah, off the wall is the jam. Tonight, and I lead it line
Hey,
five shit.
up
Hey,
on the
hey,
shelf,
hey, yeah.
just
Okay,
don't
okay.
understand.
And then thriller,
They suck.
thriller.
They suck. Somebody please say it. Somebody let them know.
Hey, we used to sing in the choir when we was
Yeah,
kids.
yeah.
We
Hey,
used to
man,
sing in the
hey,
choir
we go
Well,
together.
back now.
Jesus will forgive your tone, but these people's ears won't. Okay.
All right.
Anyway.
It's kind of hard to jam on Thriller now. All right. All right. All right. So we talked earlier about some of the signings earlier this week, as a matter of fact. Um, and Daryl made it clear that Leonard Floyd pickup might be the big splash of our free agency period. Um, hopefully, it's not over. Hopefully, that Trey Hendrickson or something can happen, or being able to get rid of, who, that'll be a big splash for us. But right now, is Leonard Floyd the biggest thing right now? Is that
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but that's all you can do when you kind of strap for cash is try to piece it together, and that's basically what we had to do. Is he's been a solid defensive end in the league. Well, he was out with the 49ers. Um, and I believe with the Rams as well. But when you're talking about teams that have other very skilled defensive ends and defensive tackles, it allows you to look, you know, like you're that dude.
Mhm.
And, I think Matthew Judon figured it out this year just because you may have been pretty decent on one team that may have had a better defensive line. They don't always match up when it comes down to you having to be that guy, as well as, getting a little older too. So um, I think it was a good pickup for what we could do.
Mhm.
Him and the linebacker we got from Vegas,
Mhm.
uh,
Mhm.
Divine
Diablo.
Diablo. Those are probably
Yeah.
the two splash signings that the biggest signings. That's probably all we're gonna get for
The
real.
Holy Devil.
Yeah, well,
That's what it stands for. The Holy Devil.
I better
Divine
see a
Diablo.
whole bunch of Holy Devil this coming season. Then I've been wanting a linebacker that now
Mhm.
that he got some speed. He got some speed to him. So for
Mhm.
me, that's what I've been wanting. All I need him to
Mhm.
do is be able to dance to go along with that speed. Because if not, then he in the same position Troy Anderson is in. You straight line.
Mhm.
If you-
Hey, this dude takes on the block, man. I didn't know anything about him, honestly. I never heard the name. And
yeah,
then when I saw him, got a chance to look at some of the video, man, he does take on the block. He's downhill. He reads the defense, reads the offense as well. He doesn't fall for the movement of the guard, saying the guard pulling right, knowing that they're going left, but just to take his eyes. So he has pretty good eye discipline as well. But dude comes in hard. He's just not fast. He's extremely fast.
right.
He's sudden. From what I saw, he's sudden. Pretty decent tackler. They don't use him a lot in the blitz packages or whatever, so he only has two sacks in his career, but
And
in his
that's
four
cool.
years career. But hey,
That
sideline to
means that
sideline,
means we know what
it's
we getting them for. We ain't
right,
getting them to go. That's Caden Ellis anyway.
right.
Mhm.
Caden
So
Ellis, yeah. with that said, does that take away the opportunity to pick up Jalen Walker if he's available at 15 or later? Even if we trade back, does that eliminate Jalen Walker?
No. Um, at this point in time, some of these pieces are gonna end up being deaf anyway because we lost some people. Some folks aren't gonna get re-signed and stuff like that. So um, I would love to see Kay Nellis, Jalen Walker, and Devon Diablo as your
Ooh,
three
ooh.
starting linebackers. Um, Troy Anderson stays hurt, so we could bring him in like on the third down package, or whatever the passing downs. Um, if he's gonna be on the team, he might even end up as part of some type of trade. To be honest with
Mm,
you, but
mm.
I don't trust Troy.
I see.
That's Daryl's boy.
That's
That
that.
ain't
Yeah,
That's
you
mine.
my
see,
boy.
I ain't
you see.
claiming
That's
Troy.
my boy.
Nah.
Ah,
So I think Jalen Walker could still be in play.
mhm.
Um, and to be honest with you, if it comes down to Jalen Walker, Markel Williams, if there's
Mike
a
Green.
a solid D tackle that's there,
Mhm.
the best player available is still an option if we decide to pick that, which I'm cool with as long as we don't make no dumb pick. That's the only thing that scares me.
Let me tell you, Daryl, I'm gonna give you an opportunity in a second. Last night I was looking at the 95 North show with our boy Berto.
Yeah,
And man, guess what Berto said at the end of the show? I wish I would have just clipped it right quick and shared it.
please don't, please.
Hey dog, he said, I hope the Falcons don't do what I think they're gonna do and bring in Luther Burton. Hey, he bust out laughing. I was like, oh Lord,
Yeah,
don't do that. Don't do that.
yeah, that's that. I would be so irked if I end up seeing
Hmm.
a receiver go 15, or if we
Hmm.
trade back go 20. Like it's not gonna make any sense, man. Like Terry can go if he does this. I'm sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
he can
Uh,
go.
Daryl, what you think, brother? What you think about the well, you made it clear about Leonard Floyd being the big splash. Is there
Yeah.
anybody else that changes your opinion on that, or you still standing that with Leonard Floyd being the big thing so far?
I mean, he is, but we did re-sign our Pro Bowler. So, I mean, we brought back our Pro Bowl player,
Yeah.
Kadero Hodge, who
Hey,
was
hey,
responsible for two of our victories last year.
that's
But
true.
and I welcome him back. I'm a Kadero Hodge fan at this point. But yeah, that's the big splash right now. Unless they go out and pull off some type of trade, um, that's it. We're gonna get nothing but depth pieces, I think, from here on out. And it's necessary. You need depth.
Hmm.
But hey, welcome home, Leonard Floyd. Welcome back to Georgia.
Welcome home. Hmm.
We paid you a little bit more than maybe you was what you was worth, maybe, but that's the environment. So
Hmm.
let's go get some sacks.
Yeah, and Sachs is that's what he does. Sachs is what
Hmm.
he does. Now, I think I misspoke earlier this week saying that he has 48 sacks in the last 4 years. Actually, the last 5 years since 2020, he has 48 sacks. But Mathis, that's way better than
I was about to
anything.
say, like, if we had people on the line that was giving
Right.
you 12 a year, then 12, 15, whatever, then I'd be like, well, why we get them? But
Hmm.
it ain't nobody else on the team that's even close to that, so it don't
Hmm.
even matter.
And then the
Um,
least amount of sacks that he had in those years is eight and a half. So he's gonna bring in eight, at least eight. I
if
don't see it going down.
so, at this point, he's our best pass rusher. What I need the people that they start to bring in, if they're going to continue to bring in vets, and we picking up pieces through the draft or whatever. I need them to start working with these younger defensive ends.
Mhm.
Show them. work on it with moves. I feel like Dwight Freeney was probably doing that the year that he was here with Vic Beasley,
Mm-hmm.
but I think us not bringing Dwight Freeney back that next year hurt Vic's, progression.
Mm-hmm.
So, for Leonard Floyd, I would love to see him get with Trice and
Mm-hmm.
Evan Katie. Let's try to continue to build. Even Zach Harrison, man. Like Zach
Mm-hmm.
Harrison, I think is going to end up being very good if they would just let him get on the field.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to start finding a way how to develop our talent. That's what we don't do.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. So with the guys that they brought back, Taquan Graham, how do you feel about that? I mean, I feel we did need depth. We did need depth, and he has decent size. Would you go ahead, Mathis?
Well, look,
Next.
I think well, we know what he is already. We don't expect to see him out there much. And to be honest with you, I saw him. He might have had 3 highlights last year, but that was way more than I've ever seen any other year since he decided to fumble the ball going up the sideline. So
Why you bringing up old stuff, man? Why
I
you
got
keep
no
bringing
choice.
every time we say Taquan Graham name, you bring up that fumble against the Chargers.
I'm gonna keep that bullet in the chamber. Look. I'm sorry. That's gonna forever be there. Cause what else does anybody know him for? Nothing.
Oh
No,
man.
no, you're right.
What that man? Look, you think of Mark Sanchez? Mark Sanchez went to the AFC Championship game how many times? 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
What do you remember him for?
The butt fumble.
Okay, okay. Some folks you remember for good things and for bad things. And right now, for Atlanta fans, for me, I remember him for that. I'm sorry, he's done nothing else.
Wow.
So depth, bring him in at a certain point in time. Decent sized guy, like he got size to him. So hopefully he can figure out how to use it along with everybody else. Man, we got to throw some weight around this year.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's talk about well, Georgia Texas boy just brought this up. What are we gonna do at center? What do you think we should do? Go ahead and re-sign Ryan Newsel or bring in Mark Andrews.
I like Newsel.
Not Mark Andrews.
What you call it from
Yeah,
Georgia?
from
Yeah.
Georgia. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Um, Newsel at least gives you the glue. Like everybody already knows, he knows the tendencies and stuff like that already. So I would be cool with that.
David
But
Andrews. Mm-hmm.
th- this is still a business, so I'm okay with them calling. Dang, what is his first name?
David Andrews. I'm sorry.
David Andrews. I'm
I
okay
should
with
have known
them.
that. UGA baby.
That's what I'm saying. I'm okay with them calling him just to see what the ticket is. What throwing something out there and seeing what what I'm saying. Just what he would expect. If he says no, then to be honest with you, we got to keep moving because we could use that money elsewhere. But I wouldn't have a problem with them seeing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Worst come to worst, Ryan News was there. Plug him in. Draft. I wouldn't be opposed to them drafting the center.
Center. Mm-hmm.
Dale brought that up. If we draft an offensive player, that would be the route to go for me too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He did start 8 games last year. Thanks,
Yeah.
Georgia
Mhm.
Texas boy. He started 8 games. He played a lot last year. But I know a lot of people always say that things got better when Dahlman came back in regards to the running game, passing game. But hey, I like Newsel because first of all, he got that gut. He got that real old time center gut. He ain't all super slim and easy to push around. But I believe you know, if we can get somebody better to upgrade that, we should do that. But if not, I like you said, the glue. I like that, and place him in between pretty good guards. I think we'll be fine with him. So, there, what do you think about that? Would you rather go with David Andrews or another center, or Ryan Newsom?
Hey, Newsom, he earned that. He at least earned the chance to go into camp as the
Number one.
the starter. And I mean, obviously, we need to get somebody else to back him up. I don't think you would put a swing type of swing offensive lineman in there at the center position. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to have somebody to back him up anyway. But yeah, I mean, he's our starting center for now. And I think we got rights to first refusal. So, whatever offers come
Mm-hmm.
in, we have the chance to match. By all
Mm-hmm.
means, do that. And maybe we draft a center. Um, I don't know when, because you need defense first or second round for sure. So then you talk about drafting a center, I think fourth round, and then now it's getting a little dicey, maybe. But
Yeah.
hey,
But I
he's our
mean,
starting center.
if it comes down to that, then you might as well just sign somebody for cheap, sign
Mhm.
Noozle, sign somebody for cheap, and then just wait for next year in the draft. And that way,
Yeah.
if you do a 3-year deal for two, and two of those years are guaranteed, or whatever the case may be, then if you have somebody else in the waiting that's ready, then you make that move. Then, um, I don't know, man. Like we're broke, so just
Yeah,
having to
yeah.
kind of structure everything around the draft is it's tough.
We could Georgia, Texas, boy. We could. We
Yeah.
draft Jalen in the first round. We draft who's the
Hey.
starting center? Who was the center's name at Georgia?
Oh,
Um,
uh,
slip my mind.
yeah, it slipped my mind too.
Draft him in the second round
uh,
because he played. He's good.
God darn it.
The only thing though, this is one of the worst
Yeah, right there.
classes to come out of Georgia in a while, like all around.
Wilson, Jared Wilson.
Wilson.
Yeah,
Wilson.
this is one of the worst. One of the worst classes. I will say that.
Oh, what y'all think about their pro day though? They did their pro day.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was okay. I think they said that Malachi did, showed the best. Even at the combine, they talked about how well Malachi, um, how well he performed. So, I think I think Michael ran like a 4.6, something like that. But his size, and that's about right. His height
mhm.
and his size, yeah, yeah. And
Now,
Jared Wilson,
if James Pierce and Michael Williams are both there, who are you taking?
I'm taking Michael Williams, man. Pierce is
I'm taking
Pierce is
James
fast.
Pierce.
Pierce is fast. Man, I'm taking Williams. You don't understand.
I'm just asking because
Hey,
4.6,
the
4.4 is.
the strength. Yeah, you could be 4-4, but look, you know how
Hey,
fast Zoe Carter is.
how fast was he?
He's fast now. He ran like a 4.5 something.
Hey, I need you to add next time we talk about Lorenzo Carter, you got to add that clip in so everybody understand what I was saying
Yeah,
about
straight
about
calisthenics.
Lethal Weapon 4, bro. I promise you.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, but
Absolutely. I'm
that's
taking
true.
I'm taking Williams, man. Taking Williams. But yeah. What's up, Justin? Appreciate you jumping
What's
in.
happening, Justin?
Yeah, and that's true. That's true. Jalen Walker
Hmm.
could do it all, inside, outside, whatever you want him to do. But somebody else also made the comparison to Caden Ellis. Of course, he's a lot faster than Caden now, but Caden is our blitzer. He can blitz inside and out, and that's what Jalen Walker can do. He doesn't have the size to be a every down outside guy, edge rusher. He doesn't have that size. But being in that middle, being able to spy, and then being able to shoot when you need him to shoot, oh, it's on. But now you got Divine Diablo with that same type of speed. So
Cool. So what? Just because we get one speed means I don't need to add the turbo boost onto it?
we need a
No.
turbo. We need turbo. I'm
Yeah.
down with turbo. I'm
Give me
down with
both
turbo.
of them. Give me both of those guys and Caden Ellis, and let's see what's what.
Okay, so
Troy will be beneficial on special teams, as far as I'm concerned.
Man, you keep trying to get rid of
Troy,
Troy Anderson.
they're gonna
Ah.
trade they're gonna
What's
trade
up,
Tyler
Clay?
Algier and Troy gonna be the backup running back.
Oh no. Because
He's gonna be that
somebody gonna
H
turn
back
around and hit.
toting that
If
thing.
he gets hit from the knee down, he's gonna be out for 10 weeks.
Clay, what up, Clay?
What's happening, Clay?
Man,
I don't. Justin, I like the idea of getting a safety, but if I forgot his name. Oh my gosh, what's the safety that broke his leg last year from Alabama?
Helms.
Yeah, if Helms comes back and plays like how he was playing at the end of the last season, I think we'll actually be okay at safety.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna be straight, man. We're gonna
Yeah,
be straight at safety
we got to remember we still get pushed 5 yards back every time
every
somebody
play.
decides they want to run the ball. So for me, I want to see one of these big defensive linemen in black and red this year.
Mhm.
So we can do that in the first or the second round, preferably the second. I think we need to go that route.
Mhm. All right.
Everybody likes Starks, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He may have
All
had a
right.
terrible last year, but
He
I ain't gonna
did.
say terrible, but subpar.
That defensive line was subpar, and I think that has a
A
lot to
lot
do
to
with
do
it.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So, Divine Diablo, we talked about him. Speed to kill. Um, um. Okay. So, what kind of splash was that? Me and Daryl talked about it, and this is the way we can grade it as well. Leonard Floyd, to me, I think that was a jackknife. It wasn't a cannonball. Cannonball is that big old splash or a belly flop. That's the big splash.
Yeah.
So I think Leonard Floyd was the jackknife. Jump up, hold that knee up, bah, good jackknife. A decent splash. Everybody saw you run and jump. You know what I'm saying? You got a little shine from it. Divine Diablo, to me would be just
Are we talking about
a
wrestling? Is this y'all talking about some wrestling
no,
type
like
stuff?
splash, jumping in the water, man.
Jumping
He's
in the
jumping
water?
in the water.
Okay.
I know you don't swim a lot, right?
Okay. Well, I
You
mean,
grew up swimming,
for a lot of people, it may be something like just sticking your toe in the water. It
bro.
just, especially if you don't,
So
like I'm
Yeah,
being serious. If you don't
they
know
ain't even
what,
get wet.
I mean, but if you don't know what who he is, he's just like it's another name we just picked up.
yeah,
To
yeah,
be honest with you,
yeah. I like his film. I like his film. Just like, look, I didn't know much about Trey Hendrickson. I wasn't paying attention to no Cincinnati or nothing like that. I wasn't.
what
I honestly, I wasn't paying attention to all the sacks because we had none. I was, I was down, but that,
he was killing us in New Orleans.
I remember that. But like I said, I just didn't follow him. I
You didn't follow
didn't
him
know.
afterwards.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right. So, but when I went back and looked at his film, I wanted to look at every sack that he had this past year, and it's legit. Is
Mhm.
man whoop a man straight up. No, not a whole lot of twists and turns, not a whole lot of game being played by the defensive line. No, it was just him whooping a tackle straight up and making him look bad.
yeah.
So same thing with Diablo. I'm looking at his film now because I don't know much about him. And I'm like, oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah. Okay. So the kid could play. He hadn't had a whole lot of experience, still young, so we get him pretty young. But he could play. I would say, me myself, his splash would just be um, drunk uncle falling in the water. Yeah, just drunk uncle falling in the water. Everybody had a drunk
So
uncle
he
just
might
fell
not
in the
make it,
water.
is what you're saying. So he may not make it.
It's some splash.
It's some swag.
And I
Some
think
swag.
enough attention over there, like, hey man, somebody might have to say this So it's a little splash there. We got a little splash. So that's Daryl. Tell me what you think. What kind of splash we
I
got from
mean,
Diablo?
I, I'm I, I'm hopeful, right? But I'm always hopeful. Um, I love the name. Like that's my new favorite named Atlanta Falcon right now is Devon Diablo, and he's fast. I think he's because we didn't get Landman back. I think he is going to take Landman's place, and uh, like you said, yo, he take on the block. Landman used to try to get around that block. Landman
Yeah.
used to get took out a lot of plays trying to get around that block.
Mhm.
Divine Diablo is a different animal in that sense. He's like, oh, want to block? All right, let's do this. So in that sense, I think he probably will be better than Nate Landman was. And I was a Nate Landman fan, especially his first year when he took over for Troy being hurt. But it's a small splash. I think it's a it's if my one of my kids when they were 5, they got to run and start and jumped in the pool. It's that splash.
Mhm.
It's a small splash.
Mhm.
Hopefully, it's gonna pay big dividends though. I got high hopes for him. I see him in all the signings that we had where we said a lot of these signings are depth pieces. He's not a depth piece. He's gonna have to be a
He's
contributor.
going to play. Absolutely. Absolutely. He has to contribute. I agree. I agree.
But when we gonna stop spending money on folks that ain't playing next
You
year?
got to.
Hey man,
I mean, well,
when
it
we go
depends on who the GM next year is next year.
right. When are we gonna draft people that will play? That can't that they're
That's
allowed to
that's
play.
look. If we get another second round pick that does not dress the first game, that's gonna frustrate me too.
Yeah, man. Nobody's these
This
last
ain't
few
the
rounds.
NBA. This ain't the NBA.
Hey man.
Where second round picks, you're like, I don't even know if he's gonna make the team. Like you just going off your first round pick. Nah, we need the top 4 to
Hmm.
be something.
Yes, it's been Terry has not done a great job. You have um a few players the top on the top first round draft pick. We look at Michael Penix and we feel he's going to be great. Look at Bijan, Drake London, missed on Kyle Pitts, but um you only have a few guys from these drafts that are really contributing. Just a handful from the drafts that Terry were a part of. Right.
We don't have
Right.
to compare that. We need to compare that to other
Thomas
teams and see.
Dimitrov.
No, no, to
Other
other teams.
teams.
Other
Oh,
teams in that same stretch, right? Because okay, he missed on Kyle Pitts, but Kyle Pitts still plays, right? Kyle Pitts has contributed.
Hmm.
I think last year's draft was the first draft he had where we had kind of a bunch of dudes that didn't dress. Rook,
Nobody. Nobody was a real
Trice,
contributor at all.
yeah, Trice got hurt.
JD.
You
Yeah.
drafted Penix. JD played some, right?
Hmm.
But before that, I mean, you talk about he drafted Bergeron, and we
Hmm.
now calling Bergeron a good guard,
Right.
right?
Right. 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 Right.
We got to.
Hmm.
Um, it's some draft picks out there that's no longer on the team. He
Hmm.
drafted our favorite running back, right?
Right. You got your running back. And
In,
and Tyler. Yeah, Tyler. Got you.
yeah, in the fifth round.
Hmm.
So he's done something. I would have to compare it. I may do that this weekend. Compare it to other drafts and see what other teams have. But
Hmm.
it's no doubt he got a hit on these. You ain't
Hmm.
got so many picks. You got you so few picks. You got to hit this year if you're gonna keep your job, Terrence.
So from 2023, well, 2024, we know nobody but JD really got decent playing time, and he was needed. He was counted on, but we did not have not one day one starter.
Mhm.
In 23, we had what, two day one starters with Bijan and Matt Bergeron. I think they forced Bergeron in there, and Zach Harrison
Yeah.
came after that. Clark Phillips, DeMarco
Clark
Helen,
Phillips.
Javon Gwynn. But so there are some contributors there on 23. And look at 22. Drake London, Arnold Ebiketie, Troy, he plays when he can, and Tyler Algier. But you had what,
Because
one, two, three, four,
Ritter's
five, six.
gone.
You had
Yeah.
eight picks that year.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we just got rid of Fitzpatrick, didn't we? Fitzpatrick left last year.
Last
That
year.
tight end.
But he didn't
Yeah.
play.
So
He played sparingly, a little bit.
yeah, he was a contributor. He was out there for blocking purposes.
Gotcha. But
Okay.
you look at D'Angelo Malone that year. He hardly played. He played on special teams. Ritter, Justin Schaefer didn't even do anything. So pretty much Drake London, Arnold Ebiketie, and Tyler are really the big players.
What we got?
Technically, Ritter was too, because Ritter did start.
Yeah. And anyway, he had more negative plays than anything. And then you go down. His first draft was Kyle Pitts, Richie Grant, who was now gone, who really hadn't done anything. Jalen Mayfield, who
that was a bust.
Darren Hall, who Ade Ogundeji. I liked him, but
he wasn't he coming off a broken leg in college?
Yeah, I think so. I think he was injured.
Or he had an injury in college and it just never panned out.
Avery Williams, man, let him go.
He just left.
Huh? So he did.
just left.
He did.
Yeah.
Good. Great.
Thank God.
Tony the Tiger. Great. Anyway.
But that same draft, he got Drew Dahlman and Taquan Graham.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
we
got
Drew Dahlman. One player, that's what you're saying.
So you got Drew Dahlman.
Right.
That really is really decent. That was really decent.
Well, look,
he threw that dude name there, like it better.
Taquan Graham is a contributor, and he's gonna have to contribute more this year. My whole point was I think we have recency bias when it comes to Terrence Picking, because we were expecting him to get starters last year, and he got a couple guys, especially when the number one pick didn't start, until injury, and then the number two, right? Yeah, the number two really didn't start, and then Braylon Trice probably would have started but got hurt. Brandon Dorless. Oh, so you got like a bunch of your picks that just did not play last year, and I think that recency bias makes us like, oh yeah, he's making bad picks. He's picking people that intentionally that's not going to start. Nah, he goes out there to pick starters. Just last year I think was a fluke, and then when we couple in the fact that Jimmy Lake was the defensive coordinator,
there you go. But who picked him? Right. So it all ties. It all boils down to Aaron.
But you're still trying to save him. I think you're still trying to save him because you're talking about somebody who didn't go to the Senior Bowl. Like you're not using your time it is valuable, but what you have in your pocket right now is more valuable than you. Like, we need to make sure that every pick that we make gives us something. Like the 7th-round picks, unfortunately, like they're gonna have to do, even if it's just special teams or somebody gets hurt, they may have to step in. Right now we have 5 picks. All 5 of them need to find a way to make a stand.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like he is taking it as serious as we need him to. Like, man, if somebody wasn't sick or getting married, man, you should have been down there watching these players.
Yeah. I don't think he went to the Senior Bowl. I don't think
he went his entire tenure.
He hasn't gone ever.
Oh, well, hasn't gone at all, huh? Mm.
But
So we
but
just
but
out here.
he has picked some players from the Senior Bowl, some great players out of the
We
Senior
are
Bowl.
out here
Yes.
picking on faith, and for
He
him, it is not
No,
working.
he
he got
said,
the right.
come
Hopefully, he
on.
has the right people there. But I
He
mean,
sends the right
he
folks.
picked the right people though. He did pick good. Bergeron.
Let
You're talking about Michael Penix. And I wrote this down. I was thinking about that because I was trying to build a case against him. But and I saw all of the players that he did um, get from the Senior Bowl. I can't find it right now somewhere in my notebook, but he does pick up guys from the Senior Bowl, even though he doesn't go. Wide body, what's going on, wide body hub? He's saying that so if they ball out next year or this year, is that a fluke? Are they a fluke? The players that were drafted this past season,
mm-mm.
because it's
If
expected.
this if we're looking at the team we're looking at right now, if those dudes ball out, it can't be a fluke. It's got to be legit because we got a gang of. If Taquan Graham balls out, if Michael Ford balls out, or if Mike Hughes balls out this year, right? That's not a fluke. That's going to be good coaching, right? Because I'm assuming that's going to be on the DC as opposed to the DC last year. No, I mean they was legit, and if that happens, I think we'll be the first ones out here to say, "Hey, Terrence, good job."
Cool. And
Because
yes, we don't mind putting our foot in our mouth if he does what he's supposed to do. But are you gonna pay are you gonna pay Taquan Graham if he has one good year? Or because like that's how I go. Free. Oh man, he getting ready to go into free agency. Oh yeah, we gotta pay him. I ain't paying him. I don't care what he do. He I'm not paying him. So
you know what Taquan Graham is to you? Taquan Graham is to you what Mike Hughes is to me. That one play, right? Mike Hughes had that one goofy play in Minnesota where I'm like, get
you
that
ain't never
dude
gonna
off
be
my
able to.
team. I mean, that's what Taquan Graham is to you. Taquan Graham is like that
Man,
fumble.
both of them plays was pure trash. And yes, look, I honestly don't even know what to say about either one of them plays. But yeah, it's gonna forever be etched in our minds, and that's what they will be known for until something better happens, which I don't know. But to an extent, I could. Yes, it's fluke-ish. It's fluke-ish. Vic Beasley was fluke-ish. He come on, come on.
Yeah, yeah. Clay says that the main problem is we never pay the big money to the big time players, especially on the defensive side, especially at the edge. We're always trying to find that discount or that you know some sort of discount. We never just go for the big guy. When was the last time the Falcons have done that? With Abraham, maybe Abraham.
Dwight Freeney.
Yeah, okay.
Well, they didn't pay
Dwight
Dwight a
Freeney,
whole lot of money though, right?
Okay, so yeah, John
Right,
Abraham then.
John
right.
Abraham.
Abraham. But that's been a long time, man. And that paid off. You see what I'm saying? And I understand you, Clay, and I feel you. We never go all in. Is it because we're just afraid that they might turn out like the player that what was his name? Came from Baltimore. Edwards, what's his name? Edwards,
Yeah,
defensive end, defensive tackle. Man,
trash.
trash, straight trash. Stay hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, they've tried, but see, that's the thing. That was just like Peerless Price. You go out, you pay Peerless Price like he was
They'll do it on
a
offense.
number one receiver, but when you have that combination that makes you look good and you pull that person away, you're not gonna be the same. And that goes for the same thing with these defensive ends or a D tackle. When your line is tough already, they can plug in somebody else and be okay.
Hmm.
But going to a team where you basically gonna be the only one hitting home runs. All the pressure on you, and you could easily fold.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
mm, honestly, I don't know.
Appreciate you, Ray. I mean, Georgia, Texas boy. He said Ray Edwards came from
Well,
Minnesota. That's right, Ray Edwards. Hey man, pay that dude a ton of money, so that backfired. But hey, at least they went for it. But under Terry, we haven't done that. Haven't taken that shot. Man, go get Henderson, man. Go get him. Do something. Do something. Hey, what's our sack prediction for Floyd? And does AK take another step forward? That's
um,
that one. That's on Mathis. That's the sack prediction
yeah,
thing. That's
yeah,
Mathis.
yeah. I can tell you what I need for both of them. I need 10. I need 10 from both.
What you honestly think they can do? What do
10.
you think? 10?
My thing is, okay, AK for the last 2 years has gotten to it about 6 to 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
If we can get our defensive coordinator to just
Mm,
put us in the right positions, I honestly feel like he can eclipse that number. I
hmm
honestly do.
I believe that too. And you
If,
could
Mm-hmm.
tell by the way just that rash of games, that small rash of
right.
games,
Hey, it's like
how
he
they
can
just
do it.
blew up. Yeah. They had what? 5 sacks,
Right.
12 games, and then all of a sudden ended up with 31.
So, but between the defensive scheme and also let's
Yeah.
see what we do D tackle wise. We're getting ready to place a key part in our hearts now. Um, but if we find somebody really solid that's going to be able to hold down the middle to take pressure off of
Hmm.
uh, our defensive ends, man, like, yeah, I don't see a problem with them. Other teams got folks with with double digit sacks. Like, I would love to have it.
Hmm.
Would love to.
Hmm.
So yeah, y'all get 10 from me, both of them.
What do you think, Daryl?
I think Ebiketie actually edges him out
Mm.
because Ebiketie's in the system, been here. Uh, Hopefully the system's slightly different, but and he's younger. So now if you get somebody that can actually take some pressure off of him having to be that number one guy. And then who knows who we bring in out of the draft too, right? So now if you got a fire breather, a legit fire breather, maybe he's older, but you got Leonard Floyd, a legit fire breather on one side. Ebiketie can get to 10. I don't know if Floyd gets to 10 with the way we're constructed right now. I don't know if he
Mm.
gets to 10, but I take it. If he get to 8, right? I think you said he ain't had a season less than 8. If he get to 8, that's
That's
more than
that's a
Anybody
miracle.
we've had.
yep.
That's a
So
miracle. Yeah.
yeah, and so I think with that addition, and granted, I said the same thing last year when we was talking about red sleeves coming in, but okay, he didn't pan out. So yeah, I think that Ebiketie can get to double digits. He got to piece it all together.
You just brought up red sleeves. What if okay, has he signed with anybody yet? I haven't seen it.
I don't think
I
so.
will check.
If he's still out there, do the Falcons take another shot at him with a decent defensive coach that won't have him out there in coverage trying to go one on one on the wheel route with a running back?
$3 million.
Yeah, he took a picture with the uniform still on. So
Three
Yeah,
three
but
million.
okay, so then let's look at it. If he comes back before the draft, then do we draft the edge rusher?
I'm glad you brought that up. That was on my mind. That was on my mind. Even right now, do we draft an edge rusher? We just brought in another edge rusher, Morgan Fox, out of uh, L.A. Chargers. Even and he has 27 sacks in 8 years. He's okay, but the last 3 years he's done pretty decent. He had in 22 he had 6.5, and 23 he had 5.5. Last year he had only 3.5, but that 6.5 and that 5.5 sounds par to the best that we've got.
Mhm.
So
He basically replaces Grady's output
yeah, about the
with
same.
that.
Well, and I think Grady is a little shorter than him, maybe a little heavier. He's 6'3", 275. Grady was maybe 6'2", 6'1", 6'2", just at 300. So
Yeah, not saying he takes his place
right,
because
right, right.
I think Fox is a D end, Grady was D tackle. But
Mhm.
just saying as far as the output, Grady roughly was getting. If Grady
Gotcha.
got 6 sacks in a year, we was like, yeah, good, Grady.
Mhm.
So uh
So do
that's one that I heard Morgan Fox, and I was like, Morgan Fox. And so I just yell at Google real quick. Hey Google, tell me something about Morgan Fox, and I get Megan Fox. So that's how well known this
oh
dude
boy.
was. So I'm like, oh.
Let
That's
Google
tough.
and say Morgan who? Who?
That's
Yeah.
tough.
And Georgia, Texas boy, you're exactly right. The draft is deep, but what will the Falcons do? All right, so um, with that being said, how do y'all feel about the Morgan Fox pickup? Um, what type of grade we're giving that? What type of splash are we giving that? Is that a toe? Is that a drunk uncle? Is that another kid jumping in the pool? Is that the dog jumping in the pool? I mean,
It's one of the dog's toys falling in the pool.
dog. Okay.
Yeah, like take one of them the little small basketballs and just throw it out there. It's not even gonna splash. It's just gonna sit there,
Mm.
float around. Death piece cool, but I'm gonna tell you what I would look. Wide body said Deion Walker.
Mhm.
Give me Deion Walker and bring back Calais Campbell, and I promise you, I'll make the front four work. Mix them in and out. Even Taquan Graham. Good gosh, him
What about
too.
what about Kentavious? Is Kentavious still
Contagious.
out there?
He, I mean, he could come along too. That's what I'm saying. Like I can still
Make
swap folks
something.
in and out, but
You need that big boy. We got to get that
give
monster. We need a
me,
monster.
yeah, give me the size, man. Give me the size. Let me free up the linebackers like Deion Jones had it, and I guarantee you, if they are able to do that, you're gonna more people will know who Diablo is.
Mhm. That's true.
Mhm.
That's true. That's how
Good
Ray
point.
Lewis always
Yep.
raved about that. He said, "I never got touched." He
Yeah,
said he said that's the reason I was so able to do everything I could do because I never got touched. Had had big old Halodian, big old uh what was his name? Saragusa
Goose.
had Goose up there.
Tony Saragusa.
Come on.
yeah. Give me Deion
Clay,
Walker.
huh?
Give me the kid from Oregon.
Hmm.
Even your boy from Georgia Tech. I, he grew on me.
Oh, Zeke.
Yeah, like he actually is pretty decent in the middle.
Hmm.
There's plenty of them, but you just can't make mistakes.
If they don't address the middle, if they don't get a defensive tackle in this draft or in this free agency, I'm gonna be ticked off because it's gonna be a waste of a draft. It's gonna be a waste of a free agency period, waste of an offseason because our issue has been the last 20 some years. We have no push in the middle.
Mhm.
No push in the middle. Nothing in the middle. Last time it's been strong was like Jordan Hall. Um, I know you had Lester Archambault, them,
Mm.
um, Coleman, uh,
Rock was it
Rod
Rockham?
Coleman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They were busting people up. They had that push up the middle. That's why the defense was pretty decent. But man, yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so let's move on to the next. I'm sorry, Clay. Yeah, Floyd needs to be the number two. But who do
Hey,
you
look,
draft for? I mean, Clay, who do you draft? Mike Green? Do we got to trade back? Hopefully,
Shamar Stewart.
I saw something that they
There
had him
you
in.
go.
They had him in a private workout. I think today.
I'm telling you, look, that's probably who going to end up going with. I think it would be a mistake. Like I think Jalen Walker for us should be the 15th pick overall if we're there. If it's not him, to me, it's either a linebacker or a corner. I don't think they should go D
Mhm.
in the first round. Like the defensive ends haven't, besides Lorenzo Carter, our rush hasn't been bad from the outside. We just, like you said, we can't get a push up the middle to press that pocket. So it ain't nothing for the quarterback to just sidestep it, step up.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's what the Panthers did to us in the last game of the year last year.
yeah,
Couldn't touch Bryce Young. Couldn't
Mhm.
touch him. And got all kinds of pressure on him. Couldn't touch him. Just stepped up in the middle. Or rolled
and
out a little bit farther. So
we make everybody money. The last 6 years have been, if you want to get signed, if you want the contract with the guarantee, just play the Falcons. I guarantee you, we'll get you there.
Yeah. Yeah, Georgia Texas boy, I agree. Yeah, he tried. Terry tried. Um, let's see what he's gonna do this year. Since we're so deep in the draft with those big boys, let's see if he's gonna go and get one because we got to get big boy down the middle. Especially if we're talking about being versatile and running a 4-3 or 3-4 according to what the offense is doing, according to the down distance situation. Hey man, we got to have a beast. We don't have a beast in the middle. Eddie Goldman, he's gone. He went to Washington, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and we weren't able to pull in any big defensive tackles yet. I mean, I hear nothing inside. So we got to draft them guys. All right, so Mike Hughes re-signing, that's toe dipping in the water. All right. Um the long snapper, that's Greg Louganis dive. The water didn't even move. Um, nothing. Water didn't even move. Let's see who else. Um let's see.
We picked
Yeah,
up Keith Taylor, the cornerback, as a depth
Mm-hmm.
piece. Yeah, I mean everybody's just been depth pieces
mm-hmm,
after
Yeah.
the first couple.
mm-hmm,
Picked up Keith Taylor,
Mike,
brought Elijah Wilkinson and Kyle Hinton back.
brought
Okay,
them
you
back.
need that. Yeah, you need
You know,
linemen.
yeah, Cal Hinton could play center as well now. So he's big, but he could, those guards, they play center. They played him and played it in college as well. So just saying. Hey, look at Ryan
Yeah,
Newsel. He was a guard. He
yeah,
was
maybe
guard
he
on our team.
becomes our backup center.
Yeah.
And
So
then after that, Morgan Fox. And Morgan Fox, I give him this. Morgan
mhm,
Fox got injured where he missed 2018 with an
mm,
injury.
mhm,
And when he came back in 2019, he has played in every game since 2019.
mhm,
So he's available.
mhm. And he
His
seems
best
consistent
ability
too.
is availability. Yeah.
His numbers are pretty consistent year after year.
You know what you're getting with him. He's going to be a rotational piece. He didn't start all those games.
Mhm,
He started 3 last year, but he played in them. So he's a
right.
rotational piece.
Mhm,
Put him in there, do a couple plays, and then take him out. Give everybody a break.
mhm.
I think.
Start 3 games, get 3.5 sacks. Hey,
Hey,
yeah.
maybe you should start him more.
Yeah, brought back Storm Norton, and hey, I don't care what they say. Listen, and of course, we don't want Storm to have to play more than 2 games a year. But hey, there's nobody better, nobody I would rather have than Storm Norton to be our swing tackle.
Mhm.
He's proven. So they brought him back. I appreciate that. Um, that's great. So I would say Storm. I would give him a drunk uncle. He's a drunk uncle because we needed that. Because I don't. We're not going to draft on the offense, right?
That's what
A
we're
center,
hoping.
Right. So we're not.
a
That's what they
center.
say. They say.
Right.
That's what they say. We're not going to draft on the offense, but no, we'll see. We'll see. So we needed Storm, needed those guys. They're back another year in that same system. So hopefully, um, we'll be okay. All right. Let me see. No, Kadero Hodge. So you talked about it earlier, Daryl, how he did save us. What, two or three? What is it? 2 games?
2 games for sure that I
Mhm.
remember off the top of my head. The Tampa Bay game because he caught the winning touchdown, and he got a fumble recovery on a punt against the Saints, the first Saints game. If I remember right, that was 4 touchdown too, and we beat them by less than a touchdown.
Mm.
So Kadero Hodge, and he's special teams Pro Bowl, so
Hmm.
he does what's required to do what he has to do. I'm
Man,
happy.
to me,
I'm
every time he
happy.
touches the ball, something great happens. I know. I think he
Hmm.
fumbled maybe once, but why don't they use him? Why don't they use him more in the in the offense? He got speed. I mean,
Depending on what happened with Rondell Moore, he might get used more.
oh, I think Moore is gone. Hold on.
Is he gone?
Oh, they didn't. I think
They
Rondell.
didn't tender him.
They didn't tender her. No, they didn't tender her. Okay. No, they didn't tender her. Ah, Georgia Texas boy says adding Fox, it's a depth signing, but it could mean that Anyamata is gone at that June 1st cut. The June 1st. What do you think about that, Daryl? I mean, Anyamata, what? That's going to save us another 11 million, 10, 11 million if
I'm confused. I'm really confused with that one because I sincerely thought they was going to get rid of Anyamata and keep Grady because their money was similar, not the same, but it was similar.
Hmm.
So y'all let Grady go and look like you keep it on your model. I mean, I'll take him for what he's worth, but I mean, if you cut him, then and maybe they are going to cut him because all these depth pieces they're bringing in. And he had an off year last year, right? A down year. But I mean, it's so frustrating. That's the most frustrating part about the defense is you don't have an accurate picture of what these guys can do because of Jimmy Lake.
that's
It,
true. That's
just
true.
no way for me to tell if Judon has any gas left in the tank because Jimmy Lake had him running wheel routes or covering wheel routes.
Covering wheel.
So
Hmm.
yes, but I mean, if you keep on Yamada, then all right. My question would be, why didn't you just keep Grady?
So the number one thing right now is improve that defensive line. I think we and maybe one more cornerback, right? But we got to improve up front, the middle. We have to improve. Is there anybody out there that's still available that you've seen you would like for the Falcons to go after, or other than Hendrickson, of course, but a defensive tackle? Because it seems like just about all of them were picked up. The ones that I like, they were already taken. I really wanted Allen so bad. I wanted Jonathan Allen bad.
Yeah, that would have been nice. Uh, but if we make the wrong moves, he gonna end up in the same position Grady did,
Mm,
fighting, fighting, and it's just him.
hmm.
And
Mhm.
AK is developing. You
Hmm.
bringing people in, but right there in the middle, man, he could still turn around and get killed.
That's true. That's
You
true.
said defensive tackles out there?
Yeah, any defensive tackles out there. Now, other than Georgia Texas boy just reminded us, excuse me, that Calais Campbell wants to play in.
And,
So
and I'll put him
Hmm.
out there.
I mean, he plays it well.
To be honest with you, I would talk to him and
Starks,
say, "Hey, look,
Willie
if you
Johnson.
just line up at the D tackle position and we sit there and run stunts for you or for you and the other guys, I guarantee you he wouldn't. It wouldn't matter. You don't have to always be the one taking on that those one or two blocks right there, but it's got to scheme it together.
What about what about the other defensive end, defensive tackle from? I'm thinking drafting right now. Defensive tackle from Michigan, Grant. If we draft, would you want to go with him at 15 if available?
Who
Not
was
at
that
Kenneth,
15.
again?
Kenneth, Kenneth Grant,
Not at 15.
not at
Nah,
15. Gotcha. And we saying Mason
Mm-mm.
Graham going to be gone, right?
You assume Graham will be gone.
Soon will be gone. Yeah. All right. So, can you see anybody there? Anybody out there?
Yeah.
Nobody
I
yet.
read some of
Oh,
these names off to you, and you tell me. Hang on, where we at? Still available: Raekwon Davis, Austin Johnson, John Jenkins, Linval Joseph,
Jenkins.
Jonathan Hankins,
Hmm.
Jordan Phillips, Quentin Jefferson,
how big
Matt
is Hankins?
Deshaun Williams. Huh?
How big is Hankins? It's got his measurables on it.
Uh, Let me take a look here. So I mean, it's some out there, and they're cheap.
Hankins
You
is
know,
old
they're not
too,
gonna
right?
cost.
He's pretty.
Yeah,
He's
Hankins is
been around
32,
long.
almost
Yeah,
33.
for a long time.
Uh, I'm not seeing his size though. But yeah, I mean, it's some out there to go after, but they would just be exactly what we're doing right now, which is balling on a budget. The big ones got signed early, and got signed like they should.
Yeah.
So when you look
Hey,
at
just
everybody that was signed, Milton Williams, Jonathan
Milton Williams.
Allen,
Gotcha. Everybody
Javon
know.
Kinlaw, you know,
Gotcha.
those ones already got scooped up. So
All right,
here
drafted
we
is.
are.
Drafted
But we
is.
Look,
did get Taquan Graham. We got Taquan Graham.
Let's
whew,
bring back
this
Street.
is
We need to bring back Street.
everybody that's watching and yo me. This is Daryl's 2-year plan. This is his 2-year plan, y'all. It we got 2 years to win the Super Bowl, so yes, we're gonna have a lot of money next year. But Daryl don't care about what's going on right now. Just to be honest with you, because he's given us 2 years to win the Super Bowl.
I care about what's going on, but at the same time, I'm realistic in the fact that hey, look, we balling on a budget, and
Yeah.
I find it the ultimate in irony that we grabbed Terrence to say, hey, you know how to work the salary cap magic, right? We bring you into a bad situation. We still
Hmm.
paying Julio. We gonna have to pay Matt Ryan when y'all inevitably goof that up and cut him. So you can work the magic. And he did, right? 7-10 wasn't really a bad record for what he had to work with. I
Nah,
find it ironic now. He's
Hmm.
put himself back in the same situation,
Hmm.
balling on a budget.
Hey man, some people
Hey.
only know how to work under pressure, under a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he does his
but
best work. You
that
know,
that that that
we
that leeway that was granted before is no longer there.
hey, you know what?
Because
We
he did
really
it to
call on
himself.
God when we're in our worst situations, right? He know how to work. Hey, Ter-
Uh,
Ter-
I
Ter-
passed all of my final exams studying for him the night before.
hey,
So I
hey,
mean,
clutch. They call it clutch.
unfortunately, I think we might go 7-10 with the way it's
Oh,
looking. At
God.
least with the
Well,
defense.
let's come back to that after the draft.
It's too early. I agree. I agree. My
Yeah,
bad. I got
yeah.
out over
Give
my
me at least
skis.
give me
I
the
got
after
out
the
over my
draft,
skis.
cause then I'm gonna start hollering out 14-3, and then y'all gonna both look at me like, oh, I'm the foolish one. Y'all ain't doing nothing but shaking. Oh yeah, shake your
I
head.
mean,
That's
yeah,
cool.
I I doubt it. I hope. This is the hope shake.
But
This is the
see,
hope.
you listen to Daryl sit up there and say 7-10 and just be okay with that. But I'm
But
saying
I'm
14-3,
I'm
he's supposed to be
realistic
like, you
too.
know what? I'm with you on that. I feel it.
Well, we'll see when that draft happens. I got to see that
Yeah,
draft happen.
let's see on the draft.
Exactly.
I'm gonna stop speaking because I just feel it in my bones. Feel it in my bones. Hey, Clay says safety, cornerback, defensive tackle, edge. He won't complain. Georgia Texas boy said no matter what, we could pick every player on the defense in the draft, and we're gonna complain.
Hey, look,
And he
for
right.
the record, I'm not complaining about the Falcons or their players. I'm complaining about two people. I'm complaining about one of them that is no longer even here, Jimmy Lake, because
Yeah,
I'll watch my mouth, but Jimmy Lake was awful,
terrible.
and Terrence, because Terrence, and I saw Terry Fontenot thinks that he's the smartest dude in the room, and he makes these moves according to him thinking he's the smartest person in the room. And
Yeah.
oftentimes, I think he might not be the smartest dude in the room. That move to get Kirk Cousins in a perfect world, Kirk Cousins plays for 2 years, does well, gets us into the playoffs, and now we hand it over to Michael Penix, who can now get us to the Super Bowl, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. I understand where you're going with it, but I don't think he understood how that was going to affect Kirk Cousins. And he definitely didn't factor into it. Kirk Cousins is going to be hurt. And now when you move Michael Penix in, Kirk Cousins is not going to want to be here. So we're going to pay a bunch of money for a backup quarterback, or we're going to trade him. I hope we could trade him, or we're going to cut him. That put he did this to himself. He shot himself in the foot.
True.
We could have taken Jacoby
Russell
Brissett.
Wilson.
We could have. Well, no, we wouldn't get Russell
Ooh.
Wilson. We've already established future
Damn.
made it impossible for us to get Russell Wilson. So we could have taken another quarterback that would be cheaper. But would we have won as many games last year? I don't know. But he put himself in this situation. That's where I hold. There is no way that if I had somebody working for me and they turned in 7-10, 7-10, 7-10, 8-9, that I would look at that improvement and say, oh, yeah, that's good. No way.
Mm-mm.
I mean, y'all don't know what I do for a living, but I got people that work for me. If I had my people showing up, bringing me 7-10 work for 3 years, they wouldn't have got to year 4.
Nah.
So sorry.
Yeah.
And if it sounds like I'm complaining, it's just because I look and I'm like, I really want to cheer for you, dog. I really want to be on your team. But boy, you out here making some moves and we don't understand them. And then when they don't quite work out, he saved himself by drafting Michael Penix. He saved his job. Because if he had gone out and drafted a D tackle and then Kirk Cousins goes down, and now we got to rely on, let's just say, Taylor Heineke, it would have been like, hey, that was a crazy move, right?
That'd have been bad.
But I think he outsmarts himself sometimes. And if you don't nail this one this year, I mean, legit, Mathis, what you think? What you think our record needs to be this year for Terrence to keep his job?
I don't know if 10 is. If we win 10 and don't make the playoffs, it doesn't matter. He's gone. To me, it has to be playoffs or nothing. And like if we were still in the cap hell from Matt Ryan and Julio and everything like that, and it didn't go away, then that's different. But like you said, he put himself back in the same position we came out of. So if we basically would have to win our division, I think win our division and at least be super competitive in the first playoff game we play. It can't just
That
be. It
Mm.
can't just be making. You know, oh, 10 wins. 10 wins, no playoffs. I'm sticking with that. He's fired.
mm,
Hey,
right.
hey,
And,
why about
and
it?
and and last year we'd have been like 10 wins. Yeah.
Not this year.
Why
Well,
body hit it? He hit it.
well, it's talking about the year that just passed 10 wins, or the 2 years before that 10 wins.
Any of them.
Well, I
Any
mean,
of them.
but last year I would have been upset with. We were cool with 10 wins because that's basically what we needed to make the playoffs after we gave up the
Mhm.
division.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh,
we had the
talk it away.
opportunity to really be at least a 3 seed. I mean, excuse me, at least have what the second seed,
Mm,
possibly.
Probably, yeah, probably. I would say four. Definitely four. Had to be one of the top seeds.
You don't lose to the Panthers. Win the New Orleans game. What are we then? We finished what, 8-10?
Yeah,
So
we'd have
that's
been
ten
four.
and eight.
We finished 8-9. So
Eight
that would have
nine.
been
So
that would
that's
have been 10-7. 10
ten
and
and
7.
seven. Who else did we lose to? The Redskins. I mean the Redskins. Excuse me, y'all. The Commanders game. That's
Hmm.
what.
And the Chargers.
Come on, that's 4 wins. And you could basically go back and do the same thing when Desmond Ritter and Marcus Merritt. We were 7-10
Hmm.
That
with the worst play. So
that, that
you mean to tell me I can add on 4 wins, 4 real legitimate wins to the season we just had, and we could have been third in the conference, basically behind whoever won the NFC North and the Eagles.
and that right there is the difference between utter mediocrity and a playoff team. That those games that you should win. And those games that you name, games we should have won. I can, like you said, we could go back to when Ritter was playing and be like, man, if he just hit through this,
Something.
Hmm.
yeah, right. The Arizona game where
Hmm.
Ritter and Heineke combined to throw for 92 yards or something like that. Boom. But that's the difference. And I think that's the difference league wide. I don't think it's just us. I think the difference between mediocrity and a playoff team is 10 plays throughout the season.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If
Hmm.
we, if we, if we, hey, what's happening, Chuck? I'm about to talk about your team. If we stop the Commanders from getting in to the end zone, right? If if we get a Riley Patterson who could kick the ball more than 35 yards accurately,
Hmm. Hmm.
all these things throughout the
Oh
year
man,
add up. Nah, man.
that thing
I'm
look
holding the
good, boy.
Panthers personally responsible.
Man,
That,
Y'all fooled me so bad on that kick, man. And what
oh,
it really made me mad, I could have watched it on Peacock and been right up to date with y'all, but no, I'm
oh
watching
my
on YouTube
God,
TV.
that thing look good, boy. That thing felt sure.
This team,
Oh
boy,
man.
I
to be
swear.
honest with you,
So
we only really last year.
Oh man.
I swear it feels like we only really lost the Seattle game, the Broncos game. The Steelers game was, you could tell nobody played in the preseason, so that is what it was. But pretty much every other game, it was like, man, we really should have won these games.
mhm.
So when I sit up here and say these 13-4 and 14-3 record, it's like because we legit should be there, honestly. And I hate the fact that it's more of a coaching issue than it is a player issue.
Hmm.
7 to 8 times out of 10 when it come down to it, like that can't keep happening.
Hmm. And look what Clay is saying right here. How everybody else in the division is is
Yeah.
stepping up, and he is telling the truth.
Well,
Yeah.
the Saints have done well as far as making sure they brought back who they had.
Hmm.
Like they were able to re-sign some players because they ain't got no money at all.
Right.
But Carolina was this close to getting no boy from it was this close to getting Williams from the Eagles. He ended
Hmm.
up going to New England. But
They got
yeah,
Morgan.
man.
Hmm.
Tampa
Got
and
Bobby Brown. Yeah.
yeah,
Big
Tampa
nose tackle.
and Carolina, right? If you go off of what we've done right now so far, we will be the third best team in the division.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's
Is there any way we could get Levante David from Tampa Bay somehow?
yeah,
Find him a waste. Goodness
yeah.
gracious, man.
Pay him.
Somehow.
We good for blowing money, so pay him to retire. It don't even make no
Something. Give
difference.
him 10 million to ride off. Get out of there.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm telling you, they pick up Hassan Reddick, who we've been wanting for years. But yeah, you said that right, Clay. You said that right.
That's got to be illegal to pay somebody to retire. Isn't that
Man,
tampering or
they,
something?
they paying it for Kirk Cousins, man. They just giving
and
that guy
played that
money.
season.
It's
Yeah.
prophetic. Yeah.
Call me Nostradamus. I mean, throughout the year, if
He is.
there's just like you could boil your season down to 10 plays. For example, the if we don't get uh the Philadelphia game of their coach trying to be cute, if he just runs the
Yeah,
ball instead of trying to pass it to Saquon, they beat us. We don't ever get the ball back. They whoop us. Now we're 0-3. And our
Defense.
season probably looks really different. A lot worse.
skated
It
by on the
falls down
Saints.
to like,
Yeah, we skated by on the Saints and the Bucks game.
yeah,
Yeah, we were this close. We were this close to starting off the season 0-6. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah.
That's
It's
wild.
and it's that way in life. I tell people all the time, no matter where you are in your life, you are a one crazy summer and a bad drug habit away from being homeless.
Oh yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
that's what football is. You are 10, I'd say 10 to 15 plays throughout an entire season from going from mediocrity to playoffs or playoffs to mediocrity. You just got to figure out how to win those 10 to 15 plays.
Yep.
I'm
So,
done.
Georgia
Sorry
Texas.
about that, y'all. Sorry
Nah,
about
you
No,
that.
no, no,
good.
It's
no, no, no. That's good stuff. That's because
I will say
that's
this:
true.
the difference between Carolina
It's
going
very
in the
true.
next season and Carolina off the last 2 years, Bryce Young looked like he kind of figured it out though.
against us.
Down the second half, down the stretch of of
That's true.
last year. So
Yeah,
it,
he did look
they're
good.
probably gonna go receiver. Like I can honestly see them getting Luther Burden. Just
Mhm.
just to be honest with you, if he's there when Carolina picks, why not?
I hope so.
I mean,
Get him on out of there. Get him out of there, coach.
like that would be a good pickup for them.
Yeah,
Adam Thielen's the
100 years old.
back end of his career, but you got Leggett that you drafted last year. He gonna be tough.
Mm-hmm.
Put another
That's old boy.
receiver.
That's the Geechee dude. That's the dude from
Oh yeah,
South Carolina.
yeah. He got a little,
Yeah. All
he
right.
got a little
Yeah.
playing at home. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
think he good at the
his
house.
Thanksgiving meal was possible. Whatever.
It's impossible. You
You
know
know what I'm saying?
what
Like
I'm saying?
Hey, I
so.
ain't got nothing against him, boy. Shoot,
Put in
that
that
boy can
work and
play.
gonna whoop up on the Falcons. You know
Nah.
what I'm
He's gonna be tough.
saying?
And you could tell like the big stuff don't is not something that's getting ready to mess with his mind. So he really just going out there playing football for real. So, you know, Carolina is gonna end up if they play their cards right, they're gonna end up being pretty good.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the Falcons we could
Do the
continue to
same.
play our cards, get better at it. Actually, you know what? I never played. You know, I'm from the ATL. I'm born at Grady. But I never played spades, man. I never was that spades person, man.
Wow.
Yeah. I
What?
played. I'm a taunt. I'm a
You
taunt guy.
I mean,
Did you just
I,
go on?
I,
Did you
I
just
just,
go on Al Gore's internet and say that?
hey man, I ain't never played spades because jokers being about to fight and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I can play bones. You know, I play taunt. I can Uno with
you
the
ever
best.
roll dice? You ever shot
Huh?
dice?
I ain't never shot no dice.
Oh, okay. Because yeah, spades ain't gonna get you hurt like dice will. So
Shoot, man,
I knew you didn't shoot
spades
any
break up
dice
families,
if you
man.
ain't played no spades. You talk about spades to get you hurt.
Spades. You play with family, they be breaking up family, man. People get
Yeah. Spades
shot
will
at the
break up a
house.
family.
Yeah, man.
Spades,
I
spades
learned how
and
to play
Uno.
hearts in the Navy, man. I played hearts in the Navy.
Found
So
But you
such
ain't
a
play
cute
spades,
game.
I
Such
didn't
a
play
cute game.
spades, man.
It's the same thing, just
man.
backwards.
I'm just saying, dog. I'm just saying. So,
I don't even trust you right now. You really sound like somebody that's
hey,
sound like
man.
Uncle
But
Phil talking about go grab Lucille. Like I'm ready to
hey,
just take all your money. Like I don't get it.
poker. I'm down with poker, blackjack. I played all that stuff.
You the guy at the table I don't trust.
Yeah, you don't trust me because my daddy taught me magic tricks when I was young. So take all your money.
Nah,
Hey, hey, I love them bones though. I'm down with them bones. Y'all can have that spades. I don't feel like losing my teeth, man. So, look, 3 could be starters. I like that. 4 or 5 new bodies, but 3 could be starters. Um, 3. I see Floyd's gonna start. I see Diablo start.
hmm
You think Fox will start? Which 3 you talking about? Clay, Georgia
Yeah, what
Texas
three?
boy.
what about
Hold them.
Keith Taylor?
Clay out there taking people money.
Yeah, you know he is.
Keith Taylor ain't gonna start. I mean, because we got Clark Phillips still, right? We brought
Mhm.
back Mike Hughes. So you talk about AJ Hughes, Clark Phillips,
Is Kevin King
right? I
still
don't
there?
think Taylor gonna start.
I don't think he's been
Mm,
re-signed as of yet.
okay.
Who? Phillips?
Abernathy, Michael
Nah,
Abernathy.
Kevin King.
Oh, Kevin King.
Right. Not Jen Rummy. Oh, Jen. No, I ain't never heard of
yeah,
Jen. You heard of
yeah,
Jen?
yeah.
Oh,
It's it's Jen Rummy, except for you have to go out with Jen. So you have to, in order to go out, you have to have all your cards and discard and have everything else either matched up or spread.
that's that old drunk.
Whereas Rummy, you could do that, or you could go out early, to try to catch him. Jen, you got to get Jen. You got to nail it.
Never
Yeah, I
played it.
don't know
That's
nothing
one of
about
them
playing
old
no
drunk,
speed though. Yeah,
old drunk lady games. That one.
who know how to play speed though?
Speed. I never heard of
I ain't
that
never
one.
even heard of that.
Oh man.
See,
Okay.
Spades was my game, and back in the day, war. I
I
declare
declare
war.
war.
We used to do that too, but that's as a kid. But
Uno
spades,
all day, baby. Draw four, skip. Now just give me skips. Give me all skips and reverses. You can take all the draw fours. I start first. I'm a win.
sometimes I wanted to flip a table over. Uno,
Skip.
skip the first. To me, skip. Dream two. Come on.
uh, feel like we're gonna take a safety at 15. No, safety or D tackle.
Mm,
Nah, it won't be a safety.
What you know what the reason why Clay says that they have been talking a whole lot about Malachi. If Malachi Starks is there, there's a good chance of that, man.
What
I want a
what
D tackle, but I tell you, everybody's talking Malachi Starks.
is Malachi Starks better than the kid from is he from South Carolina?
I think so.
I
I
think it was
think
a safety
Malachi
that ran a
number one. Oh yeah, you
4.39.
talking about Nick Eminyuri?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. If we at 15, both of them are sitting there.
I'm going
You
Malachi.
going with Malachi?
Yeah, I'm going Malachi.
Take the George out of it, man. Come on, because I
I'm
know
going
that's
Malachi.
why.
I'm just looking at the plays. Nothing can make me forget two
The
plays.
one hand catch against Oregon.
Oregon and the next year on the other side against Clemson.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just I had to look at Nick a little bit more. Anyway, let's get back to grading this stuff. So we talked about all of them, all the players that we've brought in. Overall, this week so far, what type of grade can we give Terrence on his job right now? Y'all let me know what y'all give him. What type of grade?
And take the feelings of not having money out of it, right? Just what we've been able to get.
Yeah, and that sounds good. Take the money out of it. It's kind of hard to do, but
It is.
kind of hard to do. But well, y'all just give me a grade. Just with what we have, you could look at the money. You could state your claim. What type of grade would you give the Falcons? Now you could go A, B, C, D. I see Widebody already saying a C. I'm gonna go with splashes. That's the way I'm gonna talk about it.
Sounds
I'm
like
gonna
you're
go.
cheating, so you could take an F.
Can't get it. Only got an F because they couldn't possibly give me a G. What you got? So Widebody said a C. I really want to see what Trice gonna do when he comes back, though, for real. If he comes back, so we won't. When will we know about Trice?
Probably going into training camp.
So that'll be after
Yeah.
the draft.
Yeah.
I'm really worried, Clay. I'm worried we might not go at edge with that first pick. We might not go.
Yeah.
Georgia Texas boy said, Starks is better than Nick. Nick just have athletic measurables. But it's all good. What you got, Mathis? What kind of grade you gonna give the Falcons so far?
And I'm probably right there with Widebody, to be honest with you.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Not really impressed. Not really impressed.
No, and that's just because of the fact I knew what it was going to be going into free agency. I knew we weren't going to be able to make a splash for real.
Mhm.
You know, basically, you were really just waiting to see who was coming back or who wasn't coming back to our team.
Mhm. So let me
So
ask. So with that being said, and you brought up the money, we had nothing to work with. The fact that we had really nothing to work with and we're able to bring in these players, does that change that C?
no,
Okay. Because it was his
because
fault.
because because of the players that we brought in.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And
You,
because we didn't have the money, it was his fault we didn't have the money.
yeah. You basically brought in the same players that's gonna end up having us right back, or it could have us right back in the same position next year with the same amount of wins, still trying to say, man, like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like uh, once we can utilize the money and put it where we need to, like a lot of these other teams are doing. There's teams that got players. Washington got players and didn't even need them dudes. They got them because they had the money to get them.
Yeah, they're gonna be something else. Yeah.
Bro, I'm so serious. Like they ended up with a couple players just because. And Chuck told me this, man. He was like, man, yo, we're gonna have a lot of money. They had a lot of money. And the fact that people wanted to go, they wanted to go to
They
Washington to
want to
play.
go play them. Oh man, it's exciting up there. I mean, just look how excited they are. Could you imagine? Oh God, if we would just draft Michael Penix without having Kirk Cousins on our team and riding
We
with him
might not.
all year long.
Then we might not
Golly.
have got. We might not have got Michael Penix because
Nah,
everybody would have been jumping ahead of us,
they
and
would have
then
been
you're
trying to
leaving it up
trade
to
up
chance.
for him.
Yeah, they'd have traded up above us, and now we trading. And we would be talking
I
about
see.
if we had Penix,
If we
we would
had,
be
yeah.
talking about, oh, we gave up so much to get him. That's why. That's why I say I see what Terry was doing, but trash backfired on him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
And
true.
I've said that to people. I've literally been called stupid. They like that's the dumbest thing ever because why not just trade up to get him? And it's like because you don't know. You're leaving your future in another team's hands, another general manager's hands.
That's true.
Because the Broncos was going to trade up. The Raiders was going to try to trade up ahead of us. So what you gonna do? Let's fool them.
Get Bo Nix.
Yeah.
I
Bo
mean,
Nix, like Penix would have been in Denver, Bo Nix would have been in LA, and we'd have been sitting with.
Taylor Heineke.
There you go.
And to be honest with
At
you,
that point you lose your job.
I'm not sold on any of these quarterbacks coming out this year. And
who's our
No.
backup? Who's gonna be our
look,
backup?
I'm gonna tell you right now. Think of it this way: a lot of the teams that we were saying, "Oh, I think they should go here," they getting quarterbacks.
They are absolutely. They are. So I'm wondering what's
and I
really
hope,
wondering what's
and
gonna
I
happen.
right, and I hope they learn from the Falcons. Like, don't go spend such and such on no free agent quarterback if you're gonna turn around and draft Shador Sanders.
Right.
Like, I basically know Shador's either gonna
He's
go.
going to the Giants.
Yeah.
He's going to the Giants. I guarantee that.
And the only I don't like it, but the only reason why I'm cool with it is because they got a bona fide number one receiver.
Mm-hmm.
They actually got a couple of weapons, but Tennessee they have a decent defense. Like, it was just their quarterback play that killed them this past season. So I wouldn't be upset about that either. But I don't know. It's
That'd have been terrible.
and you know what?
Terrible.
You know what? We would have had to redo our roster because Joe Milton can only throw deep balls.
Yeah, he was garbage. Straight garbage. Worse than that boy up there in Indianapolis.
Yeah. You give me about 3 guys that can run 4.3-ish. Throw it up. Joe Milton will work. Other than that, he ain't got touched to save his soul.
Yeah, absolutely not. Who's gonna be our backup quarterback, man?
Daryl.
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Kirk
looks like.
LaFonso Cousins.
Not LaFonso.
Nah, this true. I think Kirk Cousins will be here until somebody's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't wish injury or ill will on anybody, but let a very, very good team let their quarterback go down and we still have Kirk Cousins available. I guarantee you they make that move.
Yeah. Kirk O'Chain is this guy. Yeah. Man. All right, well, it's about that time. Well, it's Friday night. I might stay up a little bit longer. Anyway,
You ain't.
hey, they've been getting us at work these last few days, well.
Goodness few days. I've been getting killed for the past 3 weeks.
Wow. This week was something else, man. I'm telling you, but hey, it's all good. We get paid good for a reason. Put it like that.
True.
All right, y'all want to end with anything? So what we giving them? Daryl, what you gonna give them? So Matthew said a C.
The grade C minus. C minus. And that's because I take into account the fact that your decisions put you in this bad cap situation. I have to look at that. I can't. That's got to go. That's got to factor into this. If he was doing this in his first year, oh man, you brought in you grabbed a dude that got 8 sacks last year. Shoot, Leonard Floyd, bet I give you a A minus, a B plus. But you did this. You put yourself in that situation. C minus, and then we'll talk about. I'm sure we'll do this again after the draft, right? We'll grade them and see, and hopefully I can say, oh, that brought it up to a B. But
wow, and now they're going to give him $10 million Monday, just to add on. 10 million. 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 10 million.
Look, the
It doesn't even
90,
matter. It don't matter.
yeah, like 10 million or 90.
There you go.
We
Here
had
you go, son. Just bless it.
we done did it already. So
I heard on 92.9 they were talking about it, and they said that the 10 million, like, you get it back if you trade him and he gets signed, but something
It doesn't
crazy
help
because
the
you know how
cap
the
and
cap
all that.
cap rules
Right.
cap rules
but
work, but you get
the
the money back.
GMs aren't budging though, so it don't even matter.
But like you said, somebody, I mean,
Right.
for real, somebody gonna trade for him. I don't know if
Mhm.
they're gonna give us a fourth, like old boy said, but somebody, Chuck, stop. Somebody go trade. Somebody will.
Yeah. Somebody will.
Somebody will step up and say, "Hey, we'll give you a fifth next year."
But would they pay
Chuck,
that?
it's
Well,
it's a lot of people out here with bad credit. So if y'all loan us some money, you ain't getting nothing back. Don't send me no mail that saying I owe you. Don't email me. Don't call my phone. I'm blocking all of it. We just gonna take y'all money, get our people, and move on.
yeah, we appreciate you, Georgia Texas boy. Yeah,
27.
that's what I understood. It's not due until 2026 anyway. So it is that money that guaranteed money that he's getting. So hey, it's
Yeah,
all good.
it is what it is.
It's all good. It don't help us any. So um we gotta hold them, just like you said. We gotta hold them, and hopefully there's somebody that comes along. And if
That
not,
needs
he'll
a
just be
QB.
a disgruntled employee. I don't know how well that's going to work, but he's not going to be happy. He's going to be disgruntled. There won't be any teaching. There won't be any uh, tax credit. Yeah, it won't be any support. I guarantee that. But
Okay, so
Look, all
you
you
for
got to
real
do is
think
wave his.
you think he'll check out? You think he'll check out for real?
I,
Because
I think in the background he's
everything.
going to be hoping that the man gets hurt or some. I don't know the person that they say that he is will tell me that maybe he'll still try to do his best as a backup quarterback. And I'm looking at the
Mhm.
faith side of it and all this and that. But the football quarterback, starting quarterback, that diva, that's that side of it, especially if you feel that you can help a team. If all they have to do is just allow you to leave, maybe just give some money back. If we give some money back, we let him go. But no, but I think he'll be disgruntled, man. Honestly, I think he'll be disgruntled. He won't show it, but and he's gonna stay prepared. But I don't know how much he'll be on, the team player, the good teammate. I don't know how
Wait,
Well,
he'll
but then that's him showing it. Because if he doesn't show, like, hey, we got to go do this. I don't care if you don't want to do this. If you working for me, I don't care if you don't want to do this. We got to do
hmm
this. You can be mad inside all you want,
hmm
but if you do it, we good. I don't care how you feel about it,
hmm
as long as you do it. So if the conversation happens between him and Coach Ra, which I assume it would, hey, this is what we expect of you as the backup. From everything I've heard about the guy, he'll
Stand up.
do it.
hmm
But from what he's shown us is he just happens to talk too much. Right?
No,
That's kind of what
he let what
loose
he
lips.
really feels out. He lets the truth out.
There you go.
Yeah,
yeah.
So
and that's the truth. How he really feels. So what he really wants to do is get up out of here so he could go and play. I don't think.
Get rid of the clause.
that's what I'm saying. Get
Right,
rid of
right.
no trade clause. You could be playing in Cleveland tomorrow.
Right, right, right. Gotcha. So do that. So yeah, he's really gonna be ticked. He's not gonna check out because he still wants to show that he could play. But I guarantee, hey, just what did Brett Favre say about Aaron Rodgers? Hey man, y'all don't pay me to train to teach. Yeah, hey, I ain't here to
And what did Aaron
here to help no. Hey man, I ain't
and
here
what
to
did
help
Aaron
nobody
Rodgers
but
say about
myself,
Jordan
baby.
Love?
Same thing. Jordan gonna do it to somebody else. Hey, look here, man. You better pick up my bags right quick. Nah. Hey, we've been on this for hour and 44. I guess we're having fun.
Man,
Let's get on up out of here. We appreciate all of y'all. I'm gonna give the Falcons a C as well. So overall, a C. That's that straight drunk uncle falling in the pool. Somebody please help the brother. Somebody do something. If you do, be careful because he might drown you. Try not to drown. You know, drunk uncles be strong, man. Oh, get them off him. Uh, but yeah,
and if you ain't laughing, you probably the drunk uncle.
hey,
So
yeah. Like what y'all talking about me? Everybody got that drunk uncle. He catching crab. He ate too much and now he want to fall in the water.
oh man.
Yeah. Hey, we appreciate all of y'all. We're gonna go down the list. Chuck, always my friend. Wide body, we appreciate you joining us. Georgia, Texas boy, once again, my friend. Hey, Clay, all the way, baby. Appreciate you. Just let me see. Do we have Justin? Josh. We appreciate you, Josh. I think that's about it. Hey, we will see y'all again on Monday. Hopefully, we'll have some more news or something else to talk about in regards to this free agency thing. Keep your fingers crossed. Let's try to get this Trey Henderson trade done. Kyle Pitts, let him go, man. Trade him on off, man. Trade him on off. Anyway, we'll see y'all later. See y'all Monday. I appreciate you, Mathis. Appreciate you, Daryl. Hey, y'all all be safe. Be blessed. Daryl.
Stay dirty.